Hey everybody, Weem here, back with another episode of Weem Tries. Tonight I'm checking out Path of Exile, and before I do anything I want to give a shout out to Cozy real quick for hooking me up with the account so I could do a video and actually check the game out. This is a game I've actually had my eye on for a while. I like Diablo style games, and this is very similar, obviously. And it also has a lot of tools and a lot of ways to kind of customize your character, and I am a huge fan of having a lot of options. So that's one of the reasons I'd been wanting to check this game out for a while. So anyway, I had actually recorded a Weem Tries this earlier from the very beginning, but I realized that even in the first 30 minutes I didn't have a whole lot to show you. So I've actually played a bit. I think I just hit level 5, and that'll let me better show you how the customization stuff works in this game, kind of the things they allow you to do. So before I do anything, one of the first things I guess I would say is this is very much like Diablo, right? I mean, you can tell if you've seen any videos, it's definitely in that style. You even have the orbs there for your life and mana. But yes, if you are familiar with Diablo, you will be very familiar with this game, which is kind of a cool thing. You can jump in, and it's like riding a bike, right? You kind of jump in, and you are automatically familiar with a number of the controls and how things work. So those kind of elements I won't really go into any detail with, and because I don't want to keep this super long, I'm not going to kind of go into all aspects of this game where it varies from Diablo. I just kind of want to show you some, some combat, some ability stuff, and show you some of the ways in which you can customize your character. So first of all, I have leveled. I've got the plus. That's pretty familiar, right? I've got a passive skill point to spend. So this is one of the ways you can really customize your character, and I really dig this. So we're going to go ahead and click this, and you get this big window, a whole lot of dots. It looks pretty intimidating. It's actually pretty simple, so we're just going to swoop in here. This orb here represents my class. I'm playing a shadow right now, and these are his abilities. We have strength, dex, and intelligence. So whenever you level, you get to select an ability that is kind of adjacent to your class, so one of these 4. Now I chose dexterity initially, and then later I chose an attack speed here. But what's cool is when I selected dexterity, the next time I leveled, I had the intelligence bonus out here to choose. And in choosing that, I can choose another ability, and so on. And in that way, you can actually spread out buying abilities that kind of grant you abilities essentially of other classes. So I can kind of expand out doing intelligence stuff and start to get into some spells. Or I can come out here and start grabbing evasion, which is what I was going for, and there's even a critical strike damage multiplier there. So you don't have to know everything here. You just need to, once you got your character going, you'll be kind of mousing over some of the abilities and deciding which paths you want to take. And for me, that kind of stuff is awesome. This really lets you build the class that you want to play, which I find super attractive in games when you have that level of customization. So loot this guy, turn him over anyway. So anyway, that's one of the ways in which this game lets you really kind of customize and build the character you want. The other thing they do is in the way in which they handle your abilities. So you can see I have a default attack down here in the bottom right. I have a freezing pulse, which looks like that, and then I have a double strike, which looks like that. So that's what I currently have. Now, normally you'd think these were part of my class, but they're actually not. The way they do these is they put these abilities into these gems. And obviously, if you're familiar with Diablo, you're familiar with items that are slotted and having gems that go in those slots. The difference here is that these gems allow you to not only get benefits, whether it's bonuses, percent increases to different things, but they can also give you abilities. So as I've moused over this, you can see it says double strike level 3. That actually is providing me the ability to do the double strike. And in fact, since I pulled it out of my weapon, you'll see it's disappeared from my shortcut down here. So go ahead and put that back and it reappears. So in that way, you'll get other crystals, and depending on what they're based on, green being dexterity, red being strength, and blue being intelligence, that will kind of give you an idea of what the abilities are about. So this guy here, I've got the freezing pulse. I put that on my boots, so you can see that here, freezing pulse. It's level 3, and in fact you see it has an experience bar. It actually levels up on its own as you use it, which I really like that kind of stuff. Going all the way back to EverQuest, I always thought that was kind of cool. The more you used things, the better you got with them. Obviously, there's a number of ways to kind of abuse those systems and doing things over and over again. But nevertheless, I've always kind of liked the idea of the more you do stuff, the better you become at it. It's pretty sweet. So those things really allow you, like I said, to build the class that you want to play and really change things up. From what I recall, you have, if I remember correctly, you have 20 character slots, and it seems like a ridiculous amount, but when you really get into this system and you look at this, it would be very easy for me to create a shadow character and just build him a number of different ways, and actually he would play very differently in each case. So that's pretty sweet. So anyway, I'm just going to run around a bit. I'm going to use some of my abilities, just kind of show you some of the combat stuff, and you know, with my Weem Tries videos, it's me trying things, so I'm not trying to be super informative or even super accurate with my information. I tend to guess on a lot of stuff and learning it as I go. So what I'm doing out here is I'm supposed to be finding a ship that's run aground, if I remember correctly. Let me see if I can bring that quest up. So it tells me that his ship is beached on the tidal island. Now, all I know is I'm out here somewhere. It doesn't give an indicator of where you are. I think there is a mini-map. In fact, there may even be a shortcut to it here. There we go. Okay, so here I am. Oh, gotcha. It's probably hard to see in the video, but I can run along the shore here and come over, and there's an island over in this area. So let me try and find that. Let's see. Not sure how I get rid of that. I love the pulse stuff. I've always loved the idea of making a melee class that actually has some spell abilities. It's pretty sweet. I was supposed to be trying to get rid of this map, but like Diablo, you can hold Alt and see the items on the ground. Another cool thing is because your abilities are actually in these crystals, as far as I can tell, everything that drops is slotted. And so when you hold Alt, you can actually see down here it says Rusted Sword, and it has a green, it looks like a green dot and a red dot, and that would indicate that those are the two kind of slots it has. So some items, the items are actually very specific. They don't just have a slot that you can put in any of the crystals to, the gems. They do need to match the type, so you may end up with some armor that can only have a strength-based gem in it. So that's kind of cool. It adds some variety. Let's see. I have gone away from that island now. I'm not even sure that's where I need to go, but it looks like there's some land sticking out right here. I think this might be it. Where's that map? Oh, tab gets rid of it. There we go. I think this is where I need to be, although I don't recall exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, it's got a medicine chest. I need to find it and bring it back, if this is indeed the right island. Oh, can I not go in there? I don't see anything preventing me from going in, but can I run along the shore? No. No. How do I? Oh, right. So this is something I've only run across once before in the main encampment. Some of the doorways, you actually need to mouse over it just right, and you'll kind of zone through. So let me do that. There we go. Tidal Island. I've entered Tidal Island, so this is exactly where I need to be. I just need to find a ship. Oh, hello. Chop chop. Whoops, I hit tab. That's not what I meant to hit. So one of the other kind of differences in this game compared to Diablo and similar games is normally you've got these potions and you use them and they're gone, and you have a certain quantity of them. Maybe you have 5, which means you can heal yourself 5 times. This game actually works a little differently in that the potions not only can heal you, but you can get potions that have that give you special bonuses when you use them. Now, mine are all the same here, including the mana. I actually have another mana, I believe, and it just does the same thing. Yeah, it's a minor. But the way they do it in this game is that when you go to use a potion, it actually lowers the quantity in the bottle, so you can continue to use it till it's empty. Now, the cool thing is this refills as you kill mobs. So you're not actually looting potions per se, although as far as I can tell, you will find potions that have different abilities or maybe that heal you better that you will replace these with. But then once they're there, you just drink them and they get refilled as you kill enemies. So they never actually disappear. You never really run out of it permanently. You just need to kill some mobs and you'll get some more. Chop chop. I don't even know what these are. They look really weird. Let's zoom in here. They look kind of raggedy. I've got this like spiked fist thing. It's pretty cool, and a knife. So I said earlier at the top here that I'm playing a Shadow. This is a class, roguelike class that, from what I could tell, they actually just released in the last update, and I think that was only, might have been yesterday, maybe the day before. So anyway, I figured if I was doing a video and was playing something new, I might as well play something that's new to everyone. Ooh. Hail. What's his name? Hail Rake? Uh-oh. Go, 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 potion, go. No. Oh, you're... Down you go. What do we got laying around here? Nothing too crazy. Driftwood wand. Do I have no room? Have I picked up other junk? Yes. I am a pack rat in that way. Now I've been hanging on to the bow. I'm not exactly sure how to quickly swap that out, so I've been holding on to it. In fact, you know what? I've been talking about leveling and choosing abilities. Let's do that since I leveled earlier. So what I was going for here was the evasion. So let's go ahead and do that, right? It's a passive deal. I already grabbed the int because I knew I was coming out here. So you can see I could jump to the dexterity. Am I being attacked? Yes. Leave me alone. I'm trying to talk here. So yeah, you can see that I've got the int. I could jump out to dex and from here get into some other stuff. And I probably will get into the critical strike stuff, but I want to grab evasion real quick. So there we go. We have no more skill points left, and yeah, that's that. So let's kind of check this place out. I'm looking for a medicine chest. Oh, orb of alteration. Cool. So actually, yeah, now that I actually saw that, let me explain that to you too, because that's kind of cool, the way these work. In this game, they have scrolls of wisdom. Those are essentially the identify scrolls. So you'd right-click them, use them on an item, you can tell what it is. But you also pick up these fragments, and these stack. And once you get a stack of 5 of these, they become a scroll of wisdom. So you kind of get parts of scrolls as well. In a similar way, you have these shards, right? So I can use this orb, and I can right-click it, and then I can make a regular item a magic item. And then you have these shards, and a stack of 20 of these will make an orb. So they have these parts. That's kind of how this stuff works. I've got this other stuff here. This allows me to improve armor, some scrap metal. And then I have this guy here that lets you refund a skill point. And I'm not sure if this was loot off the ground, or I could have had this in my inventory from the beginning. I didn't really pay close attention to that. But I'm realizing I have a ring. Let's see. More mana. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to keep that as is. We have an unidentified helmet. 17. Much better than what I have now. Does it look any better? That's the question, right? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'm getting some frame rate problems I didn't realize when I was reading that thing, so let me try and resolve them. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and yes, I do seem to have a fraps problem with this game, but we are just about done, especially considering that I found the chest nearby. So, okay, how many of you, no lying, how many of you saw the chest there and watched me miss it? Hands up. Anybody? Yeah? Okay. Cookie for you. I definitely missed it, but I've now got it, and it's telling me to take it to town. Take it to Nessa. Now they do have these portal scrolls as well. I'm not actually entirely sure they're called scrolls. I accidentally clicked one and realized what it was at that point, and I don't think I've had any more since then, so I don't see anything new. Yeah, alteration, nope. So anyway, I don't, as far as I can tell, I don't have any. I'm sure you can buy some though, but so unfortunately I can't tell you what they're called. Cool. Jog it through here. We're going to head back, turn this in, and call it a day. And we're back at the encampment. I've already turned in my quest, so I can obviously pick up on the main storyline and continue on, but I think we'll leave it at that. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Appreciate having you, and hope that I was able to give you a glimpse at some things that are pretty cool about this game, things that I definitely enjoy. Thanks again to Cozy for hooking it up, letting me do this, make this video, and share it with you guys. Appreciate that, and yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.